Alright, nagbabalik ulit si Teacher Nick at ayun. So, comparing social studies to social science in terms of what? But before that, I want to read one of the research based on internet that social studies and social science can be easy to confuse. Though social science, they are sounds like two similar concepts, right? And these concepts are very important that deal with some of the same subject matter. There are two different fields of study, however, there are some key differences which distinguish the two terms so that they cannot be used interchangeably. Interchangeably. It's difficult word. But definitely ay meron silang pagkakaiba at it depends on how to apply. Is it social science or is it social studies only? Or let's say, sabay silang nangyayari. But for me, that is, by the way, reference, EduFocus, that's blogspot.com, 2018. So, but before that, I think, in my own opinion, that social science is a bridge. Bridge on what? Bridge on how to actually understand the social studies, which is in social science, in terms of history, social science is a foundation, which is way back in Age of Enlightenment, the discoveries of different philosophies, idea, inventions, the foundation which actually give us the basic principle on how the society affect the lives itself. All right, so meaning to say, in the Age of Enlightenment, of course, the rise of philosophy, the rise of invention, the rise of papunta na yan sa Industrial Revolution, na kung saan ay, yes, may mga didi-discover, but ano ang function? Yon, function na kung saan baka pwede pang i-enhance or let's say, mag-i-develop ang isang bagay. Tama po ba? Example, yung mag-asawang Curie, no, naka-discover sila ng medicine. Tapos yung penicillin, 'di ba? Siguro yung penicillin ano na 'yon? Later na lang 'yon after the Curie's discovery. Tapos yung steam engine, 'yon. Paano gamitin 'yon? Of course, basic principle siya. We do not disregard those invention because yun yung pinagmulan. Tama? And at the same time, in this topic, comparing social studies to social science, it means to say that merong purpose ang lahat. But then again, in history, social science is a foundation uh, way back in Age of Enlightenment. While social studies, this is the application of what we learned during the Age of Enlightenment, early 16th century up to 18th century. And in terms of history, this is now the modern period. Alright? So, di ba pag ba mayroon ng medicine dyan, na invento, na medicine ay iti-take mo lang agad? Of course not. Merong certain rules or law that can define how to actually understand that thing or that matter. Alright? So, hindi ka pwede sabihin, uy, na-invento yun ng mag-asawang Curie, maganda yun, inumin natin yun. No. Hindi mo pwedeng inumin yun. Bakit? Kasi, ano ba ang kailangan gawin? In modern period, of course, merong certain studies, research, for you to be able to understand how to apply things. Correct? Diba? Nung Age of Enlightenment, basta kung ano naisip mo, sabihin mo, intellectual revolution yun eh. Kung ano yung na-invento mo, ipakita mo. Pero in modern period, in modern days, especially hindi lang basta contemporary, but in modern days or period, automatically, no, kailangan masusi mong pinag-aaralan ang isang bagay na na-invento or yung idea. Hindi porket sinabi mong, communism, example, communism, equal rights, no, classless society. Classless society na, patay na ang mahirap at mayaman. That's idealism. It means it's difficult to win communism in an ordinary capacity of society. For example, Philippines, even in China. even in Russia, you cannot apply pure communism or absolute communism. That's what you call socialism, definitely, because that country, especially Russia, China, uh, even North Korea, are open in social media. They are actually the world saw them what is happening there, correct? So dyan napapasok yung purpose. Of course, in social science, sabi ko nga, it's a bridge, alright, to understand social studies. So, the purpose of social science is to study society, the structure of the society. Paano mo ba masasabing organized ang society? Of course, may law and order, correct? Paano mo masasabing society na siya with a large number of individuals at malaki ang population, that's society. Alright? So, paano malalaman ng society yan? Of course, mayroong socialization, correct? Therefore, that is the study of society, which you apply sociology and anthropology. But when it comes to social studies, the purpose of social studies is to promote civic competency. Now, kahit na sabihin mong napakalaki ng isang lipunan na yan, maraming tao dyan, pero kung lahat yan ay tambay, where is the competencies there? Ano ang na-contribute nila? That is dysfunctional society. Sabi ng social studies, sa social science, yes, there are society, but what kind of society are you talking about? Is that functional or dysfunctional? Look at Syria, right? They have society according to social science, but when it comes to social studies, where's the competencies there? Dysfunctional society, correct? Therefore, promote civic competency, meaning to say, you are actually, your country, especially your society, contributing to the progress, to the development of not only the society, but every individual. That is why the government is actually finding a solution, giving programs, different ways on how to promote civic competency. That is the social responsibility of society, alright? So it means to say na hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na ganun lang yun. Sorry, no, na porket malaki kayong lipunan ay functional na kayo. Of course not. Hindi porket Amerika kayo, mas magaling na kayo sa Pilipinas. Of course not. You cannot say, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin tapos na ang lahat. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na mayaman na ang Amerika at mahirap ang Pilipinas. But there are things that you need to consider, correct? Diba? Kung sino mas malaking utang, Pilipinas o ang Amerika? It's a question, alright? And the branches, of course, the social science as a bridge, you need to have a lot of branches, diba? Kumbaga sa isang tulay, hindi pwedeng isang bakal lang at isang semento o isang hollow blocks lang ang nakatayo dyan. Maraming branches yan. Marami ka dapat ilalagay para maging tulay siya on how to understand social studies. Many branches of social science. And what are they? Political science, economics, anthropology, philosophy, sociology, psychology, history, geometry. I stand corrected. Geography, and of course, humanities. Alright? And it encompasses diverse concerns of society. Lahat to ay direktang tumatama sa lipunan. Okay? Ngayon, dahil nga direktang tumatama ito sa lipunan, ano na ngayon ang trabaho ng society? To promote these social sciences. These branches. How to promote these branches? How to promote different specialization in social sciences? Of course, there's a need to what? Two things, guide and to know. To guide social science teacher, of course, cardinal rule in social science is you read a lot. Alright? Nagbasa ka, kahit hindi ka pa teacher, pero nag-aaral ka ng social science education. Alright? Iba ang maraming alam, iba ang may alam. Because little knowledge is too dangerous. Alright? So, magbasa ka, yan ang exercise ng utak. Basahin mo kung ano yung mga related sa lipunan, related sa politika, accept that there are opposition, accept that there are things that you need to consider. Whether that person, that yung tao yan ay, ano ba yan, ang daming sinasabi sa gobyerno, hindi naman tumutulong. Of course, you need to understand. Bakit niya ba nasasabi yun? Ano bang background ng taong to? Saan ba siya nagmula? Tama? Baka may pinaghuhugutan siya. Kaya niya nasasabi yon. Of course, you should understand that. Kaya nga tayo may psychology, one of the branches of social science. Now, to know is, of course, how to know a thing. How to know a matter. Paano malalaman ng isang bagay? Through what? Through education. Whether proper, improper education, that's education, correct? Therefore, ang maganda lang sa formal education is there is what we call advancement. Advancement of what? Advancement of knowledge. Kasi there is in a formal setting of education, that is the venue on how to learn in advance. Alright? Hindi yung nasa labas ka lang tapos kung ano-ano lang pinupulot mo. Of course, kaya nga formal education eh. And there is a big difference between to know something and to do something. Of course. Tama? Example, yung nangyari ngayon na Taal, yung bulkang Taal, no, pumutok. We experienced during the 1991 mga Pinatubo eruption. And since when you experience, what will you do? Do wisdom. Doon nagagana. Alam mo na delikado sa lugar na yon, alam mo na nagkaroon na ng eruption, alam mo na, tama? What will you do? Of course, no, not only to save your family and yourself, but of course to do something better. You prepare. Preparation, no? Prevention is better than cure. What does it mean? It means to say that you should apply your abilities, skills, how to promote what? Wisdom. Okay? To understand different things. Tama po ba? Hindi porket mataas na opisyal ka dyan sa lugar na yan ay makakaligtas ka na sa ganyang trahedya, natural calamity. Of course not. Gagamitan mo ng wisdom. And I hope you learned something about this topic, episode 2, which entitled Comparing Social Studies to Social Science. If you have questions, comments, and clarification, just comment below the comment section. But first, please subscribe Mr. Paul Gov on YouTube and hit like my page, Mr. Paul Gov. And yan, tulungan nyo kung mabigyan ng informasyon. Ibig sabihin, makapagbigay ako ng sarili kong informasyon or opinion hinggil sa social science education. Because education is the best weapon or tool not to dominate what? To dominate idiotic ways. Alright? So, social science, teacher, we teach students or we teach social science in order for our students to know the path of enlightenment and accountability and the background of social science and social studies. So, thank you so much and I hope you learned something. Bye-bye!